Now in this video I'm going to show you what it was like passing through one of the locks on this section of the Danube to the Main River Canal, and this is our scenic tourist boat that we travelled on, and this is taken in Budapest, of course. And this map shows you kind of the area that we were covering. We leave the Danube at Regensburg and travel this particular canal to Bamberg, which is on the banks of the Main River. And there are 26 locks along this stretch of the canal. And each level of the lock drops down a little bit slower to the next level till you get to the other end. Now we're approaching one of the locks here. Just gives you some idea of the local scenery, and we're going to be passing under one of these bridges. Well, there were many bridges crossing these canals, of course, and it gives you some idea of how close the bridge is to us as we're moving underneath. I'm sitting in the comfort of the lounge room, taking these pictures through the window of the lounge. There's a cycleway or some kind of a pathway along the sides of these canals. Now we're looking back at the same bridge that we've just come underneath. And now we are moving into the lock at the top level of the water. You can see quite clearly how high up we are at this point. We're about to come, well, this is to remind you exactly where we are now. There's only centimetres of clearance on either side of the boat when it enters the lock. And that's what it looks like from the other side. Now we're about to come to a stop, and here we see the water is being drained out of our section of the canal, or our section of the lock, I mean, and down we go. And it's quite a substantial drop. It would have been at least 20 or so metres, I would have thought. That's my hand there adjusting the drapes. Now I've moved from the lounge up to the front of the boat, to the bow of the boat, so that we can see the operation of the opening of the lock gate. Now that gives you some idea of how far down we have been lowered from the time we entered the lock till now, when it will be shortly start opening the gate. Here we are, and up it goes. Fairly slow procedure. And now we're moving forward again, and it's very difficult to believe that we are actually going to fit through that hole, but I can assure you that we did. The superstructure on these scenic cruises is made so that the whole bridge can be lowered down, and all the superstructure on the top of the boat can all be lowered to get under these very low areas. And there's the next stretch of the canal at a low level on our way to Bamberg.